So we are going live now because my computer's doing something different. It also says we're live.
Right. So, but like I said, with the way Rob sent you that dessert menu or that dessert wine list, like all those cordials and everything are cool, and the ports were kind of like some of the old players.
Oh, sorry to interrupt.
It says we're live.
Right. So, but like I said, with the kind of like some of the old players.
Mute.
But the fact that there was Constancia on that wine list, like most people don't know, but like the Constancia region of South Africa, like is some of the most amazing wines. And in fact, when Napoleon died in exile on his bedside, he had a bottle of Constancia dessert wine. Like, and that's really kind of cool when you're talking not just like the history of wine, but like the history physically surrounding wine.
That's incredible to me to even contemplate that Napoleon was drinking something that Rob is sitting in front of.
Yeah, that Rob had the option. I don't know if he ordered it, but Rob had the option of ordering it wherever he's at. So
I had heard that.
He's probably ordered like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, guys, we are live now. Apparently,
We did it. I think.
Hey, we're up and running.
Looks like we're live.
Hey, who's that in Rob's seat?
Oh, that would be me.
Awesome. It's good to see.
Josh. Yeah, I'm
good
just taking Rob's spot this week.
Is that why you shaved last week?
Trying to look more like
Just
Rob.
trying to play the part.
Yeah, just trying to fit in.
Trying to be RJ, trying to be Rob Jr.
I thought maybe they were giving me social cues. I did not take them.
Lisa, good to see you're on board.
Oh yeah.
Let us know if we sound good and everything. You know, we're trying to do good with the boss man out of town, and I don't want to disappoint him.
I even remembered to try to sign out before the show, and it turned out I wasn't even clocked in.
Yeah,
And I was working with someone who wasn't even supposed to be there, so it was like the most ghosted shift ever.
Okay, yeah. So, Rob is definitely watching this.
I bet he is.
I'm drinking cava and Moscato at the After Fair Works dessert party. Dude, awesome.
Nice.
Like,
So proud of you. So proud of you that you were able to get away, take some time, decompress. Why the hell are you watching?
Yeah.
Ignore us and go do something else.
We're good, Rob. We're good.
You can always catch us on YouTube tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Tin Lizzie's got something to say.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, we have the lovely Chris Minker with us again tonight.
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Filling the void that is left. It's like Rob's out, but we have Makers, so none of us are really upset.
Well,
Yeah.
I was just ecstatic to get the phone call to come in and I guess pitch it here at the office.
We love having you here.
I mean,
Internet, how's my hair?
Honestly, I love coming back each time we do the Office After Dark. I love hanging out with you guys. It's so much fun. But I think my favorite question every time I come is, what are you drinking now? What's in that glass in your cleanser?
Okay, I'll be honest. It's not my palate cleanser. It's just what I'm sipping on, which is more appropriately what I'm drinking now. It's the Space Camper from Boulevard, the Nova Flare. There's just a few more hanging on in the fridge.
Is that what I'm...
Yeah,
Cheers.
that is also what you're drinking.
Oops.
Because the people asked, and they'll want to know what Nick is cleansing his palate with during the show.
Ooh,
I brought us
Saturdays.
7 Saturdays from Noda.
R&D.
R&D. Sorry, I said that totally wrong. It's all right. You still get a free shout out, Noda.
Rob said to cut the baseball off, Nick. We're clipping.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. There's no baseball on, Rob. It's just your phone.
You're in a swamp.
The palate cleanser tonight is 7 Saturdays R&D. Just beautiful, beautiful product. Clean, crisp. It's not like a hoppy thing like I usually do. So it's just kind of just something even keel for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Almost comes off
R&D
sweet to
stands
my
for what?
palate.
Ron and Dave?
I thought it was Ralph, but
Ralph and Dave? Yeah, Ralph and Dave Brewing. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
What are you sipping on for your palate cleanser
All right,
tonight?
so my palate cleanser tonight, which I'm actually on now. I love that sound. Love that sound. The Boonville Gold from Anderson Valley Brewing. Haven't shared a whole lot of love with Anderson Valley this year. Just because, I used to drink a lot of the Briny Melon Goza, then I drank a lot of the Briny Melon Goza, and then, Well, I don't drink a lot of the briny melon. Goes.
Well, you know, Anderson Valley was always just one of those just solid breweries coming in because it's California, right? If I remember right, yeah. And it was always just good to see them in the market because it was one of those that like it didn't have a huge retail presence, but it was in a lot of the bars and a lot of the bottle shops. A lot of bars. And you could really,
we had it out west.
Yeah.
I loved it,
and it was always just kind of cool. Like,
Ashley, good to see you.
Like you said, the briny melon was always just a great grab, especially with the summers we have down here.
Oh, yeah.
So
I love Anderson Valley just because like it's always been good beer. I don't understand one lick of the slang they have on these cans. I'm just gonna say
Ballhorning.
Yeah, like I know it's like Northern California. It's like a different part of California.
It's like lager speak.
It's not L.A.
No, not by any means. Yeah,
and they legitimately have an entire language.
I might be wrong, but I think Ballhorning is just getting on it. It's like doing your thing, working your craft, working your magic on your craft. You're Ballhorning. And I think it probably comes from either actual logging or like steering workhorses or something.
Because if you're like down here and you're like, oh yeah, what's up, man? So I'm just Ballhorning. It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Should you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I can remember I was working at a roofing truss, flooring truss assembly plant, and the guys at the shop, third shop way down, they were making cornhole boards, but this was at a time that nobody knew what the hell a cornhole board was. And all of a sudden, like everybody,
was that like before?
And this is like,
it was
like late '90s, early
still
2000s, like, and we're up in Appalachia. So I mean, yeah, no, we got no like
I'll give you
pop
that
culture references.
Yeah,
and everybody's walking down to line 3, and it's like, where y'all got? Where are you guys going? Oh, they're all down in line 3, cornholing each other. I'm like, what? So, you know, you got to be careful with the slang sometime or just what your references are.
Because Ballhorning does come off.
It does. Yeah, you got to be careful with that one. Yeah, Ballhorning. So, I tonight grabbing a favorite from New Anthem. It's nice to see it every so often. It's The Dream Is Over. It's their Hellas Locker, Maibach.
The dream is over.
Well, you know, all
that
the
song
references.
To me
I always thought that was hey now.
Yeah, it's more about like a year and a half after I graduated college.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that's not Crowded House or whatever?
It might be. I don't know. Aaron's got an eclectic love of music. So
that's the only "Dream Is Over" lyric I can think of.
I still maintain that Aaron is one of my favorite individuals to get into,
like a music conversation with.
Oddly deep conversations.
Oh yeah,
and like just weirdly like the details. It's all in the details,
right?
And it's like I used to have some really great conversations with him. Between that and the Terminator 2 pinball machine.
Yeah, right.
T2 is a quarter sucker. You got to be kidding me. With the gun for a handle to launch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you sucked at pinball.
T2 has a... Oh. I'll leave the second half of this wide open. Just like T2's flippers.
Yeah. When you tee it up like that, folks, he's going to smash it out of the park.
Which it would be cool to see more pinball around. But all right, so...
Well, before he batted, they say Stan Musial used to hit in the on-deck circle. He'd hit his own spit.
Hit his own spit?
Yeah, if he couldn't hit his spit, wasn't worth his get.
I'm not gonna lie. If I spit and tried to hit it with a bat, I probably couldn't hit it either.
I just don't understand the concept. And I mean, you got to make sure it's not a windy day more than anything. I think.
Yeah.
That's where we'd still need like Ashley listening and what? Is that a batting practice reference? I'll hit that one out the park.
What's the phlegm content here?
Yeah, right.
What are we really talking about?
With the phlegm. Is this positive or negative phlegm ratio?
Right. And what era was this? Like, how dark is the spit? Like, is this like full chaw?
I'm pretty sure he was a tobacco man.
Ernie is in the house.
Hey, Ern.
Like, we are talking about a ball player who took time off for the war.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, that's a whole nother era.
Oh my god. I kind of want to watch The Sandlot and drink a Miller Lite.
I have to admit, a dirty little favorite of mine is always A League of Their Own.
That's a good
It's such a great man. I mean, Tom Hanks Tom
Super
Hanks
quotable.
and Gina Davis in that, and,
Uh-huh.
and
Keep going.
Madonna,
Yes.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's such an
Keep going. I mean,
hold on.
there's-
it's an amazing cast.
Rosie O'Madonna.
Rosie O'Madonna.
So I gave her the Rosie O'Madonna. You made her watch League of
Rosie
Their
O'Donnell
Own?
and Madonna.
Is it?
But I mean, it's such a great movie.
We can describe that mental image later.
Yeah, but I mean,
League of Their Own's really good.
yeah, it's such a solid movie.
Anybody who doesn't tell themselves there's no crying in baseball
Right.
at least once a week is just not trying hard.
Dude, I'm
Right,
just-
well, I mean, and it's become like you know, every single parent that takes a kid to a t-ball game goes, "No, there's no crying
No.
in baseball." You know, and
Yeah.
you know, it's not
yeah.
from.
Some of the best movies out there are old school baseball movies.
Well,
man.
my mom's favorite is Field of Dreams, the Kevin Costner movie.
Classic.
I mean, just
it's
and
that's a classic.
she was ecstatic when they actually, because the guy who had originally built the field, he kept it in perfect condition even after the movie, and they just played a ball game on it this year. 'Cause
They
it
did.
Was like the
I watched
anniversary
it.
of the movie.
I watched it with my dad.
And like, I mean, my mom was just, I mean, in giggles, just ecstatic to watch that.
My
movie,
mom
or
and
watch
dad
that
were
game.
like so excited
Yeah.
to see that, and it was actually a really cool game.
I guess I should probably tell you like 8 Men Out or The Natural because I come from Chicago.
Yeah.
But honestly, Major League, dude.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that stuff's classic.
No, that is such
You
a
got
great
the
movie.
sniper and his
me,
catcher.
Me
You know
being
what?
me-
Let's just take a moment, real quick, to appreciate the fact that because Rob's not here, we can talk.
we
about
can talk
baseball.
about this.
Baseball movies.
Yeah, Tracy was asking me how long this podcast was going to go on tonight, and I was like, you know, about an hour, 2. You know,
yeah.
no,
It's a soft in, a softer out.
We get to all hang out.
Yeah, it's really good to have Maker back in the studio. I don't know if I mentioned
we
that.
always,
Well, let's get to the first beer.
Yeah,
should we,
what-
we do the IPA or should we do the bitter? It's a
think
strong bitter.
It'd probably be a better call. It's an ESV, but I think it might be better to do that for the IPA.
Yeah, okay, then let's do the. So we're gonna do.
You know how English beer is.
I know,
when you
right?
say it's bitter, it's not.
Well, I know, but it is a strong mild, so it is a higher ABV style.
It's 5.5.
It's 5.5. I guess it's not that strong.
I mean, from what I know of what you showed me, oh, dude, we're double dosing. We're just brand man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, if I'm gonna drive all the way down here, we're gonna do some of my shit tonight.
That's right.
So-
Listen, the boss is, you can write that off. You know, that's mileage.
Oh, it is mileage, 100%.
Yeah. Shout out to. I even got some in the glass.
Nice. So what is it we're drinking here, Josh?
Yeah, so this is the Ball and Chalk. I believe it says on the side English Strong Bitter for the can, or ESB or extra special bitters. The entire concept of the phrase bitter beer in England is muddy at best.
I got to tell you guys, my brother was into good beers, imports. He went to Europe. He's like several years older than me. One of the first categories
Hand
of
that back
beer he
around to
showed
Josh
me
so he could show it on
was
the camera.
these bitter. How do you like Rob's chair?
It's kind of squeaky.
That's why I was making.
A little squishier than you thought it
making
would
him
be.
do that.
Yeah. There's like this kind of like shape.
Is that
to
what
it.
that noise is?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, so this is the Ball and Chalk, which I can't see it on the screen yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm holding it in the right way, so I'm going to wait for that.
Right, so it's about a second delay. So
Yeah, oh yeah, Ball and Chalk. Ooh,
Is
that's
this
a
a-
really bad glare.
You say there are always song references. Is the singer talking about marbles?
you know, I wish when they would release a beer, they would. I mean, I love the fact that so we'll lift it off. Obviously, it's a bitter. It's Goldings is so standard English malt standard English hops Goldings, and the malt I hadn't heard of this one, but Maris Otter and then English Crystal and Rye.
Oh, Maris Otter at English Crystal?
Yeah. So just really cool. But I wish, you know, I love that I could grab this information, but I wish they would tell me which song it's a reference to. But I don't know if they did that, they'd have to like then clear it and everything else. in
For
order to
all
put
we
it-
know, it could be Aaron like, well, if you get it, you get it.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean,
That wouldn't surprise me.
If
at
you
all.
know, you know, man. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, I was actually thinking it's a social distortion at first with the ball and chain.
Yeah,
And then,
this makes me think of billiards.
yeah, I definitely think of billiards, English billiards, yes, which is ball and chalk. So, is there a song about snooker?
Probably.
Yeah. I will say, Social Distortion, if you've never seen them live, I saw them live once. Really great show.
See, this honestly, I love when we come back to an English style and when we come to like a standard bitter like this because, I mean, the malt is what carries this. Yeah, the Goldings is there, but the malt bill on this is just what's getting you all these beautiful flavors.
The hops are there just to balance it out.
Right, exactly. This is such a crushable beer sitting around the campfire.
These are legitimately some of my favorite styles of beer. Like, I could drink English bitters literally all day, every day. It's one of the first styles of beer I fell in love with. I still love them to this day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I love, I mean, just staying in that line. I mean, reds, ambers, ESBs, you know, like just give me that really drinkable. I mean, I understand, you know, Nick's kind of the IPA guy in the house, and
I love this beer, by the way.
okay, I love IPAs too, but like this, I could go to this over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of my. I mean, this takes you back to like when we talked about trying those first bitter beers that you ever tried. You know, when somebody's like, "This is gonna be a little different," you know. This just takes me right back to that flavor. I should mention though. That in the UK, if somebody says something is ball of chalk, if something has gone for a ball of chalk, it has gone terribly wrong. Kind of like this show right now, I guess.
So it's kind of like Fubar.
Fubar would be a good like marine reference. It's just, I don't know. I thought I'd mention that up. It's idiomatic for whatever reason. So a cluster.
Well. Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, and probably for you as well, Josh. But I know the first ESB I ever had was Fuller's.
A clatter of bits.
Fuller's, yeah, absolutely.
Like I think that's my first reference to an ESB, was Fuller's. You know?
I believe they're the ones that like coined it, like the term extra special bitters. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, instead of it just being a bitter. Yeah. Because you know it's funny because I think in England when you either order a pint of bitter or you order a pint of lager, so you're either ordering ale or you're ordering lager. Mm-hmm. And so you're right. I think it was Fuller's that made the ESB, you know, terminology, which then bankrolled into, you know, now it's a standard term even in judging.
Oh yeah.
So
I could drink this all night long though. This is like solid.
yeah.
Extra special bitter is what I found in the first search. English pale ales display earthy, herbal, English variety. It's an interplay between the malt and the hop bitterness. At medium to high hop bitterness, flavor and aroma should be evident. So that's everything they're saying.
But when they say medium to high hop bitterness, they're talking English style. Not West Coast IPA.
Yeah, because like English, like
Fuller's comes up really quickly in just the search of ESB. I should say.
Well, there was a book written years ago about hops in England, and
it isn't listed as a strong ale.
They said that hops cause like health problems. Like the English people did not want hops in their beer. Diving into deep beer history at this point. They were very against putting hops in beer, but they realized that it's kind of important.
Yeah.
So eventually they came around to it.
And probably comparatively, when this style first started rolling out, it was more bitter than anything else. I mean, we comparatively don't think it's bitter in any way, shape, or form.
If I drank
compared to
enough
what
of
we're
this,
drinking
I
nowadays.
might actually watch soccer.
Gambrinus. Gambrinus. That's the guy behind even like Guinness and stuff.
The Gambinis?
The Gambrinus. I don't know how to say it. Gambrinus. Gambrinus.
Heard this the other day about soccer. We're always made fun of for, here in the States being the only people who call football soccer. Well, the reason why is because the governing body of football in England is the Football Association, which is a shorted to association or ASOC, and shorted it even still to sock, and then just the way English do like terms and stuff.
And-
Everything's got like everything's another reference of something before. So Football Association became soccer. So they would openly refer to the governing body of the football as the soccer, and then we picked it up as, oh, what is this game called? Oh, it's soccer.
Which is really just a name for the clubs.
So really, they give a shit for it, but it's their fault we call it soccer.
It's their word.
It's their word.
Now,
You want to hear an even funnier?
in their defense, we don't use our feet on the ball a lot in football.
True. True.
The little like traveling youth team in my area growing up was called the Sockers.
better.
FC.
Yeah.
Football club Sockers.
That's great.
Which I don't know. But even how baseball got to be called baseball is like
Rocker, soccer,
because that was
robots.
like it had other names.
Yeah, it's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, except it's robots dressed up like AC/DC and play
right.
soccer.
Dude, if you guys wonder if something died under the
I
table,
really like.
Yeah, I really like this.
One of my shoes fell
and Nick's
off.
already finished his, so apparently you and I.
I got pretty damn close.
It's like, well, this to me, like when you go out.
But I know a
after work
challenge when I
for-
hear it.
Yeah.
If you go out after work for a beer or two at the pub,
Let me get my
Yeah,
palate cleanser
this is
going
the kind
here.
of beer that
Right.
comes
This
to
is
my
this is the pub beer I want. Yeah.
head. Yeah, it's. I'm just having a couple of beers with the guys.
Right. Right.
That was the sound take of all right there. We gotta get that one. Like a beer, like while you're on the phone with her. I'm just having a couple beers with the guys.
Yeah.
Is that a bowling alley behind you?
Oh shoot! I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were FaceTiming. I thought you called me.
Oh man. So yeah, I'm gonna give a sip on the Clean and Crisp 7 Saturdays.
That's a solid beer. R&D does some really cool stuff. That's just a great little North Carolina brewery.
It's not coming off overly sweet. It's just very nice and clean
Oh no,
and crisp.
it's just crisp. There's no sweetness to it at all. It's just a good solid.
Little like hop profile in there, just mildly herbal and kind of like that skunky.
That light
Kinda
lager,
little-
that light lager kind of.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So,
And it is a 6.2. Golly.
wow, that's an aggressive little
That
lager.
goes nice
Yeah.
on the lawnmower.
Well, I mean, honestly, the Helles I'm drinking, I think it comes in at like 7.3%. I think it's the highest ABV Helles I've ever seen.
Alright, so what's our next taster?
You want
So
me to
it's
crack
next.
it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
let's get
what
into
we
it. Listen, I'm a brand guy. I'm sticking with it. We're going to try something else from New Anthem.
No anthem.
No anthems. Which literally does mean new song. I think I brought this up before. So he could be making up lyrics too, or combining them, or
Could be.
This is what I always heard with this song.
Yeah.
Like, if it made you think of another song, now you know why. But Lexington Queen really got me thinking, because I know what Mississippi Queen is. But anyways, that sounds really fun. I'm gonna go for it. Now that I got all the ice off, I thought I had some glass in there. Tile there for a second there. Share that with you guys at home. Which I'm working on it, guys. I kid you not. I have an idea, and I can't really say much more than that. But I would like to invite you all over, everyone, to taste beer from local breweries like we're doing tonight at the office. And this goes out to local brewers who think they'd like to be part of such an idea. I just give me a minute. I'll put it all together. We'll make it happen.
Oh, you gave me all the chunks.
I thought you said you liked hazy.
Well, so I did a
Maker,
cursory-
you said here's a great beer. This looks like oatmeal. Is this cream of wheat?
Dude, this is a hazy IPA. I mean, look at that. That thing is.
I mean,
Did we just make grits or did we
Yeah,
pour
right.
a beer?
That thing is juicy. So, cursory Google search, audio karate, party at the Lexington Queen.
Oh,
And
wow.
Lexington Queen is actually referencing a bar in Tokyo.
Wow.
which
So,
That does not surprise me at all.
Oh my god, the nose on that.
Oh God.
Oh, that thing is.
So this is like a hazy sake inspired hazy ale. What's the name for you? That's not the Gymnite. That's the other one you guys are talking about.
This smells like a Japanese person sniffed an IPA, wanted to come up with a beer, and then Aaron woke up in the middle of the night and had a shared dream with the said Japanese guy. It's like beer.
I think Aaron had a fever dream about being at a disco in Tokyo in the 70s, and this is just...
He was just playing the Yakuza video games.
Oh my god. I love the nose on that.
Lexington Queen.
That is fun. You're the
That's
worst.
a lot.
That is
You're the
juicy.
worst,
That is
Smith.
like grapefruit juice there. It is like a greyhound on the nose.
Oh, but I mean, it's grapefruit, but it's also like mango. And...
Getting toasty in here, so I'm taking off.
I had to take a sip. That thing invited me right in. The front door on that is just incredible. Woo!
Oh yeah.
There is this fun interplay of just acids and bitters.
Oh yeah.
This is so weird. I'm one of those weird people who likes the highly concentrated white grapefruit juice that you basically use to make bar mixer. And it's like so
That's
astringent.
super bitter
and
and astringent, yeah.
Bitter, and it comes out of a can.
Yeah.
Like that's how I know good
It's talking
grapefruit
like the
juice,
baby cans,
pineapple
like smaller
juice,
than
or
Red
cranberry
Bulls.
juice.
Yeah.
Is it comes out of a small soup
I always
can.
love when you can also get like the small cans of unsweetened, is pineapple juice?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
that's one of my
and
other
it's
favorites.
like, it's
I usually
so,
keep that
so
around.
much of a bite. So Citra, Eldorado, Mosaic, and then a hop I've not heard of before, so I'm probably going to slaughter the name. Spelled Ekuanot. Ecunaut?
We've seen this, yeah. I
Ecunaut.
always say, is it Euconaut or is it?
Yeah, you cannot. Yeah, that's a cool hop.
It's spelled like euchre in a way, almost at the beginning,
Oh, well, that's a Midwest reference.
or eukaryote. I could just do a college reference.
Don't get too crazy.
Ekuanot.
Look, you're lucky I don't. He mentioned Midwest. You know,
I think it's Econaut.
crazy.
But it's like
Equinaut. Isn't that?
Okay, so formerly known as Equinox.
Oh yeah, Equinox.
Okay,
yeah.
so-
it's like a variation on Equinox.
No, it was Equinox. I think so. It now the name that we're talking about is actually a copyrighted name. So I think
They
they
tricked
moved away
it.
from Equinox and then Equinaut. I'm assuming it would be
I'm
the
getting it now.
pronunciation then.
Instead of EQU, they have EKU.
Ekanot instead of INOX. Equinox. So, multifaceted
Clever.
finishing hop combining high oil content with strong impressions of citrus, fruits, and herbs. Developed by the Hop Breeding Company and first released in 2014.
One of my favorite things about hops and beer is that we know so much about all the other things in beer, but we still don't really understand hops.
Right.
Like, why did they make things
It's
bitter?
not even a food. Like you wouldn't.
How
even,
do they make things bitter?
Hold on.
It's
Do
like-
you have hops in your kitchen cabinet to like flavor your pasta with, or do you put it? Do you put it on your French bread when you're toasting it?
He's sitting there with a mandolin.
You can
Sprinkle some on your soup.
we can measure the chemicals in the hops, but we don't really know what they do.
Right.
Like the
I'm very
like-
certain they clearly do something.
And hops still are loosely, very, very loosely related to marijuana family.
yeah.
Botanically,
All the
in the
cannabis
family, yeah.
So even though we don't get that we don't get high off of it, not in the same way by any means. But,
Well, so Josh says not any way that we've been able to measure as of yet.
right, true, yeah.
So there could be a connection. There are always bridges that you haven't found yet.
Just saying.
Well, and it also makes you wonder because part of what we're doing when we use hops is we're looking for the oil content within the hop because that is what produces a lot of the flavor and everything else.
Yeah, alpha acids, beta acids.
Exactly. So
cohumulone.
same when we're talking about a lot of like the medicinal properties of some of the cannabis products that are out because they're using the oil derivatives in order to give you that topical cream or whatever it is.
Oh yeah. So we fund more research into hops.
Right. and there's this whole rabbit hole that you could go down in with hops, just like you could
Word
go
of the
down
day.
just like you could go rabbit
Hops.
hole.
Or
Rabbit hole.
Rabbit
Rabbit
hole.
hole.
Okay. I mean, just like you could do with grapes. I mean, but just like you could do with fucking coffee beans. I always tell people, beer, wine, they're a beverage, but we could get geeky with them. But we could get geeky with coffee too. We could talk about the 100 hours of sun that those Colombian beans got on that southerly slope in the middle of the rainforest before they were hand harvested, fed to monkeys, where the monkeys shat them out, and then we harvested them, and they're the best coffee in the world.
Send them
Look it
back
up.
to
It's there.
Ethiopia just to totally naturalize their citizenship as original coffee beans. Then these coffee beans were put on a space shuttle. All right, launched off of Mount Ararat itself, okay? As if it were Noah's Ark, with 2 growing coffee plants, looped all the way around Mars, sent back to Earth. We ground them just today.
Jeez. I mean, like I said, we could get geeky about coffee, but we're talking about beverages. Know what you like, or, taste until you find what it is that you like, and then drink what you like. Don't let anybody get it.
That's absolutely right. I'm with you. That's why we have the show, Chris. I mean, that's what we're doing.
That's what I love about this concept. It's why I love coming in and doing the show, because you guys kind of take the pretentiousness out of it, which is what I love to do when I'm doing events.
This is the whole goal, man. It's like you can make things crazy with all this, but like, why?
Right. Well, and
that kind of gets back to ball and chalk there.
Now, if you're talking about a bottle of wine that Napoleon himself had been sitting next to. That's
just a
story.
That's a great bit of history.
I feel like this beer is a precursor for the wine we're gonna try.
The wine.
I cannot see through this.
No, you cannot.
And yet the color of the malt on this beer is one of the palest malts I've ever seen.
Right.
I am so not a fan of hazy IPAs anymore after all of the crazy hype, like hazes we've had.
Do you need a hazy hiatus? I've noticed that people.
Well, because you said it that way, then no.
I know, right? Like always avoid alliteration. But looking at it, so the malt bill on this is pale, Munich, and oats. So I mean, they intentionally chose out super light, super pale malts for this. So
I imagine they're doing a little bit of a flake to get some of that, but then I do get a little bit of that, like. That little milkiness that always just reminds me when I'm drinking a haze,
they're
playing with that
heavy kind of oil note that kind of sits like the weight of milk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I really really like this though. Like,
which is great because you're not like the biggest IPA fan.
No, but like the crazy juicy, like it's like a white grape, not grapefruit, but like
yes,
yeah,
agreed. I hear you.
It's like almost sweet, but not.
No. It's fruit forward, but there's no sweetness in this. Like it's like there's plenty of fruit in this, but no sweetness.
It also makes my like lip quiver with the
makes his
quiver. His lip a quiver.
It's a participatory show. Go ahead and try that at home. See if you can make Josh's lip quiver.
Wow.
You can actually see it now.
Are you eyeballing the comments or what, Josh?
We have 2 people watching us.
Oh, okay. Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining us.
Down from our high of 5.
Oh.
We really got up there.
Well, I'm sorry, whoever I sent away and upset.
It's probably the fact that my pale face is scaring everyone.
I struggled walking in the door today.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Got to get that thing grown back out on you.
I lived my life as a member of Team Edward.
Team Edward. That's really funny. I did see a recent photo a coworker shared with me, and I'll leave these people nameless. I'm not going to out you. Small crew, though, I'll tell you. With just back in the day, wearing a team Team Edward. Team. What's the other?
Team Jacob.
I'm just not good at this.
Also, as clarification, I have never read Twilight.
Never read it, never seen it, and I still don't think I've ever seen a movie with Kristen Stewart in it. Just because I know she's got one look.
She's got that's the best way.
Yeah,
I just thought about this. They don't give her a script, do they?
no, they don't. I don't think they do.
That's how they get.
yeah,
and like she's probably just a fine actress or whatever. But they just like don't give her the script. They're like, look at the look on her face. Film, film, go.
But it's the same. It's the same look whether she's surprised.
Probably one of the ones I could suggest to you would be American Ultra. Is a really
That one's a lot of fun. Plus, it's got the guy, the Jesse guy from the Facebook movie.
Eisenberg. Yeah. Well, also Adventureland, right?
Great stuff. Yeah.
That was a good one because Ryan Reynolds plays the Lou
If someone
obsessed like
oh god
douche.
forgot about that.
Yeah, man, they just don't make movies like they used to.
Oh no, they can't. They can't get away from remaking stuff or extensions of franchises because everybody's afraid to make something anymore.
Yeah, you don't want to make anything new, so you got to reboot.
So, but I mean, they're steady filming in Wilmington. I mean, they're and down here. I noticed a lot of filming down here just last week, in Southport,
which is really cool.
Yeah,
to see them bring that back down here.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Who wants to do the honors on that?
Well, I left all that stuff on the end of the table.
Nickel, you either hand Josh the.
Why does he
either hand me the stuff or
what does he keep asking me things for?
Huh? Well, yeah.
Here's the okay.
Everybody on the internet wants to watch Josh struggle. Lori Petty. You guys forgot to mention Lori Petty.
Give him the.
She was in League of Her Own.
Which one? Lori Petty.
Yeah, everyone wants to watch.
She was.
He was going to need the.
She was Dottie Henson's little sister.
Oh yeah.
Which tried being Gina Davis's little sister.
Right. Yeah.
That's a tough guy. Reindeer Games, great movie.
All right.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Guys, we're halfway
Great
there.
poll.
We're halfway there.
He needs that.
I need that.
Why are you so demanding?
There is a crown cap and a cork in that.
You have a bottle of wine in front of you tonight.
Yeah.
You're opening one, but Rob's not here.
Oh no.
Rob's not here, dude. Rob's not here, man.
Lord, yes, Ernie's still watching.
Yeah, thank you, Ernie.
He just yelled at you. He was like, Lori Petty! That's so awesome. Yeah, I've got the comment board running. I'm not even on Facebook.
Nice.
How awesome is our
That's
show?
great, right?
That you can watch our show live and watch comments.
Right.
And you
still
don't
not
even
even
have to
have
register
Facebook.
on Facebook. That's beautiful.
That's
Or, I'm
awesome.
sorry, Meta.
Meta. Oh jeez.
Sorry, did that just get dark when I said that?
gosh.
Okay, sweet.
I feel like that happens
Let's-
every time I mention it. I feel like the lights dim a little.
I know, right?
Guys, I have to be honest. I was trying to watch the comments from like the
And you messed
video
up?
stuff. No.
Yeah.
There are definitely comments I missed.
Yes, there are.
So I love everyone, and I'm sorry. I'm the only one with a computer, but Nick is doing a good job too. And
And honestly,
Chris is doing a great job of being Chris.
yeah, that's excellent.
What are there any highlights we missed, Nick?
Lori Petty, Bad News Bears, and Lisa just making us feel really good about ourselves.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Lisa.
She says we sound good, and like
Oh, nice.
reaffirm it. Yeah, we're sounding really good.
I appreciate that. All right,
Cool.
so
Where's
next
Y'all's bottle?
we're gonna do field recordings. So
This-
field
he looked
recordings.
like he just popped some bubbly or something.
So field recordings is out of Paso Robles, and Andrew Jones, the guy who is the winemaker, started his industry experience working fields and really developing relationships and really kind of developing a Rolodex of kind of all the obscure little planting spots in Paso. And so tonight we're going to do the Pet Nat Rosé. So Petulant Naturel, or rather If you guys know your sparkling methods, I'm sure you've heard of like Champagne Method or Method Champenoise. This is Method Ancestral. So this dates back to like 3rd century, where in the D region, a Gaelic farmer had left a couple bottles of wine in the river to keep them cool, forgotten about them.
Typical.
They froze over the winter, came back, found that he had sparkling wine just from natural fermentation. So all the sparkling that's in this is from its primary fermentation. They're using natural wild yeast.
Gene, good to have you.
Natural wild yeast in order to start the fermentation process and for the carbonation. And then it is either minimal or absolutely no filtration on it as well. This is made from 100% Cab Franc grapes from Paso Robles.
Nice.
Yeah. So you're going to get that fun. Because of natural fermentation and the fact that they didn't filter off, you're going to get that fun funk on it.
I couldn't tell if somebody took their shoes off or if a cat peed in here.
Wine. Oh, it's so good.
Like, I didn't know what. I was like smelling my...
This is a cool wine.
It really is. It's so much fun. Actually, everything this guy does is really, really cool.
Is he the one from down here?
No, that's Jamie Whetstone. So this is Andrew Jones. No. But this is just really, really cool.
It's like got the cider-esque nose to it, too.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Gene checked in. Nice to see you, Gene.
And it's not a heavy bubble, but also from like the natural occurring sulfur dioxide that's in this is also where you're getting that kind of like...
on the nose,
what you would typically refer as like acidity.
I get past the funkiness really fast, and all of a sudden this juice just starts inviting me. Just the same as champagne or something.
Yeah,
it super lemony, honestly. Like lots of lemon, lots of citrus in general.
So like and that we always talk about.
You can get like some pear skin note.
Well, we always talk about like rosés having like a strawberry or a melon note, and for me, it's always that with this is always that kind of like lemon strawberry kind of thing on it. Like there is a slight citrus. I'm still getting strawberry. Like it just,
it's good.
Yeah.
And he said strawberry, and it's so funny as he said that I started tasting that. It's interesting. Maybe it's suggestive too, because at the same time I kind of get this like metallic, but it's kind of fun to think like
I want this with ham.
I could see that
heavily cured like country ham, tasso,
country
something
ham,
like that, like
right off the bone, thrown on a croissant with like really rough Swiss cheese.
Actually, I was at Costco earlier, and they've got a like deli meat ham slices that are rosemary.
Oh.
Yeah. Like this and a slice of Havarti cheese, just go at it. You know? Like everything obtainable at your local supermarket.
I do like what we're talking about though. That nice like that spiral kind of like honey cured ham, that country ham idea with this. Just something, and then bready, and then just that cheese with it. Some just nice kind of white funky cheese. It could be a provolone. It could be a Havarti.
You don't want anything too sharp. Like if you got like a lot of
Swiss.
flavor on the meat, you want to go mild with the cheese.
Well, I will say the funny thing is like because of the versatility and the flavors that are in this, like I can leave the meat alone and then I can go super funky on the cheese, like some kind of like super meaty blue or something like that. You know, you can. Last
time you brought up blue cheese, we ended up eating a whole brick of it.
I know. Is there any more left?
Which is, it's funny. I had a send back tonight for blue cheese.
Oh, did you? And
yeah, it was a cheese plate order, and it was simply, I don't like blue cheese.
Well, you ordered a cheese plate.
I hope you're watching.
Well, but I just so for me. This is something you could throw out a charcuterie board, and everybody's going to have a good time with it.
Dude, every pet nat I've had is so cool. It like just the flavor profile, the texture of it.
Yeah.
It's playful.
Because it plays on your tongue.
It's like 3/4 bubbly. It's not all the way bubbly, but it's like bubbly.
Right. So you have effervescence. you have acidity, and you have a mild level of sulfur as well, just naturally occurring. This isn't a bad thing, folks. And so all of those elements playing across your tongue, then in conjunction with all these different flavor notes, not only the kind of funkiness and kind of the toastiness you get from the lack of fermentation, or sorry, the lack of filtration, but also from the wild yeast, and then the fruit notes that come through from the grapes. I mean, it's just so fun. It's just a fun bottle.
I love unfiltered wine. Just like I love the wholesome flavor. Gene, salads are only as good as the homemade blue cheese dressing on top of
There
it.
you go. There you go. Yep. There's a restaurant down in Charleston that does a blue cheese sauce over homemade chips.
Oh,
But the waitress taught me a secret. She brought me over a bottle of malt vinegar, and as the malt vinegar starts to break down the compounds in the proteins in the cheese, it starts to get like it starts to get really saucy, because naturally as you bring it out, it's going to start to coagulate just because it's losing temperature, right? So throwing that malt vinegar on there, the way it kind of breaks down. So yeah, like a blue cheese dressing on a salad because you've got oil and vinegar mixed with that. Oh,
I like that. I've been putting gorgonzola in just like house Italians for the longest time. Avocado and gorgonzola crumbles under a lighthouse Italian. It's really nice. It's like a whole new dressing. I mean, throw your grape tomatoes right in there with it.
Yep.
Stir it all up.
have at it.
I may or may not have made
A mess in your...
tzatziki. Because you guys make fun of the way I normally say
No, that
it,
was pretty
so
good. I think
I do
think that
love
was
tzatziki.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Tzatziki.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say it the way you guys say it.
Why? How? Oh, sorry, I wasn't privy to the previous
say
way you
sorry?
used to say it.
Tzatziki.
Oh,
Tzatziki.
which is probably more traditional.
Tzatziki.
Ziggy zaggy, ziggy
Yeah.
zaggy,
Well,
Ziki-zaki.
ziggy zaggy, ziggy zaggy, oi oi oi.
But no, I led into the whole thing because I say borrow instead of borrow, and I say tomorrow instead of tomorrow.
Worder.
Tracy gives me a hard time for how I say amphitheater. Because
Amphitheater?
yeah, because she says I'm too aggressive with my P, that I'm not doing the PH enough in amphitheater. Like,
But I say it like you do.
yeah, it's an amphitheater.
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 Yeah, it's just the way I brought up. But it was,
I didn't see an H after the P in there.
right. but it's just naturally having been a pastor's kid and traveled and having been in different places of the world in my formative years, my accent will slip kind of sometimes depending on who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
And
preach it.
yeah, and it's funny because Tracy and I were binge watching Justified with Timothy Oliphant.
Which is great.
Great series, right?
Great sedative.
Eastern Kentucky, but I mean that is
Also,
Appalachia.
Timothy Oliphant's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it's a great series.
We're talking
Actually,
about...
the guy who plays Board Crowder is, to me, a much better actor than Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah,
but
but-
anyway,
Oliphant plays the hitman.
not the hit. Well, yeah, the Hitman, yeah. But
Which, by the way, is a terrible movie.
yeah, it's a horrible movie.
Great video game. Horrible movie.
Horrible movie.
I don't know who decided that one.
But we'll be sitting there binge watching it, and having spent formative years myself in Appalachia, Tracy would be like, "Oh nope, we're done watching this for a while." I'll be like, "Why? That there an issue?" You know. And it just, she's like, "We're done watching this for a while because." I don't know what accent you just brought home, but
But draws things out.
it's just it's not difficult for me to slip into it.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So,
But that's the whole goal, man. It's like that's a good show though if it gets you to do that.
yeah.
And I'd love for them to do a show about like Inner Banks or something with like Harker's Island or all those guys.
Have you not seen the one out there
Was it
on Stars?
Wild Tuna or
Yeah,
well,
Come
I mean,
on.
that accent's not quite as crazy to Hoy Totters from Sunside.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Marble Mouse.
Well, I tell you, it's funny. So, I've got a couple friends that live in Calabash that own a wine shop down there, and his wife is born and raised Calabash. And
when you
when
down there?
When I'm not here, I'm down there.
Sure,
What about Paul?
Yeah, did I slip back in?
Yeah,
from,
dude, you
from
said
having
something
thought
there?
about.
I'm
Sorry.
not quite sure. I'm
Sorry.
gonna have to slow it down tomorrow.
Sorry, I will
on
slow it down.
YouTube.
Oh, you're
So-
talking- Paul.
So I got a couple friends down in Calabash that own the.
A couple of friends down in Calabash.
that,
I got it now.
and his wife is born and raised Calabash, but he's born and raised Green Swamp, one of the little communities in Green Swamp.
Yeah, we know Green.
All right.
And but he talks about growing up because I'd say he's in his late 50s, early 60s, somewhere in there, and he talks about growing up around here, and even along this Carolina coast, there was an accent difference from Calabash
Yeah, absolutely.
to Holden Beach to Southport. Like there was
yeah.
there was a profound difference in the
yeah.
accents there, just 20 miles apart.
If you want to experience some really cool kind of this whole area has a very cool like anthropomorphic. Is that like what?
Yeah,
I'm
I think you're there or close. Yeah, there was an NC State study that was done, and there's a community deep at Green Swamp that has the English most like Shakespearean English.
Yeah, Crusoe Island.
No, I'm not talking up there in the Outer Banks. I'm talking
No,
here.
Crusoe Island.
Is that what it is?
It's
That's
in
what it is?
Columbus County.
Okay, yeah, thank you. In Green Swamp, so Crusoe Island.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not an island.
Yeah, well,
But you also,
Yeah.
if you don't know anybody back there, don't go there.
don't go there, right? I'd heard that too. So, yeah, it's really just kind of. I mean, and that's one of the things I love about.
We covered that on an earlier episode.
Well, but that's one of the things I love about living on the coast here. Like
yeah.
I have no time for Charlotte. None whatsoever. There's no heart, there's no soul. It's literally a banking town created post Reconstruction after the Civil War. Like it has no history before that. And they do not hold on to any history. There's a building 50 years old, they tear it down and put up a skyscraper. No history, no love there.
Oh yeah.
But give me New Bern, Wilmington, Southport, Savannah, Charleston, give me the history and soul that actually created this nation.
Well, the creek that flows right behind the shop here, the one
There
that
still
was in
is
the
from
dam,
county to county. Just chiming in about like the accent difference.
this
yeah.
joins the same creek that
You are
is
not wrong.
basically the stretch of beach in between the two is the delta that is the original Brunswick town.
Yeah.
So when people talk about damming this creek up, do they not like rice or what's the
Right, right, because that used to be. That used to be one of the largest rice plantations in the world.
It's a whole thing,
and it's one of the places that is known for basically being part of the historical inspiration for the golden rice, which is like the perfect rice or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what the
There we
perfect
go.
rice is? Whatever I
So
bought
there's
from
that carrot.
Saigon
There's a
like
yeah,
2 weeks
carrot
ago.
gold or whatever, right?
That jasmine rice I bought from Saigon 2 weeks ago.
jasmine rice is fantastic.
It doesn't matter how much water I put into the pot. 15 minutes and my rice is ready. it's like
Jasmine rice is nice. Have you been doing curries?
I literally just make rice and then I put it in things or
Yep.
put things on top
Yep.
of it.
Right.
Yep.
I'm going straight Asian with it. It's like, okay, so I have this and rice.
Yeah.
Like omelet and rice.
Welcome. You should be eating more dinners with me and Bill because honestly, fish and rice is one of our staples. We're like,
I have.
sometimes we're really fancy. We're like, did you saute the purple onion?
I do the.
Let me try
I
some
do
of
the veggie omelet with rice. I do the meat omelet with rice. I do the meat with rice, and I do the veggie with rice.
All of which are good. I cooked one
And
last
then I
night.
do the fried rice with all of the above.
I did one last night that would make you proud and make you hungry. Bill decided to get a pad thai noodle. Okay, not quite the myfoon, just a little bit wider rice noodle.
Yeah.
He had chicken cutlets. He bought a bok choy, a hot red pepper, and a sweet Vidalia
He
onion.
bought a single bok choy.
A single like bok choy thing. So I made
One bok choy.
one bok choy. Not like a leaf, but like one bunch. One. Well, it was one because it's like one plant. So yeah, take that.
It's a single bok.
Take that, chef. We grew a bok choy. Dude, it was so good. But I told him, I was like, flour up that chicken. We're going to do a brown sauce. We're going to make it sticky and sweet, almost like Sichuan inspired, but we're gonna keep it, dude.
So I'm gonna revolutionize.
I use lime.
I'm gonna revolutionize the
Show?
podcast.
You're gonna share what's left.
I'm going to share what's left in the wine bottle.
I'll tell you this: give it a swirl.
Yeah, of course he wants to give us sediment.
Yeah.
He wants to.
But I'm good because keep in mind I still got to ride back to Wilmington.
He
so
wants
you guys
to
go
give
ahead.
us
You're good?
sediment.
Nah, I'm good. You guys go ahead.
I'm
I'm still still sipping on it. I love it. I mean, and the flavor on it to me is just heavenly.
We did arrange for a ride.
Yeah, I'm just,
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
I'm just trying to show Rob that you can share.
You can share the last of the wine.
if you so desire.
I think he checked out a while ago. I don't think he's still on. Is he?
He's in Disney.
He might
Yeah,
still be on, but he might have got his arm.
He's
tucked
He's
on.
in a rat-infested swamp somewhere in Florida.
Dude, the picture this morning was him walking into Magic Kingdom at 9 a.m. in hordes of people, a big 50th anniversary medallion. But he went specifically because it's the 50th, and he wanted to go to the final week of the Food and Wine exhibition.
He's wearing a mask, like just hanging out in
Goofy, he is Goofy the dog.
Yeah, he's
right
wearing
now.
a Goofy mask, hanging out in like the Magic Kingdom or wherever he's at.
I thought
Epcot.
Do
I
they
thought you
still
were going
do
to tell
rides
me
at
when you were
night?
telling me he was wearing a mask. I thought like Dead Mouse, like the helmet.
Like honestly, because I need help with this because the last time I was at Disney, I had a
Rob
bedtime.
is Dead Mouse.
Yeah, yeah,
Mind blown.
right.
Oh,
Rob is Dead Mouse.
Jesus.
Not playing him, not wishes. He is.
Yeah.
Story settled. Mystery solved.
So, do we need to get to ratings? Because we are
should
coming.
definitely
We
get
are
to-
coming up on the hour.
We
mark,
could pass
so-
it around a little bit.
Yeah. So first beer of the evening.
the Ball and Chalk.
Ball
from
and
New
Chalk.
Anthem.
I'll kickstart that one off.
The ball and chalk.
That's a solid 1.8 for me. Not a 2, strictly because
It's
it's
in English.
not quite as malty, or as it's not quite two thumbs up level for me, but it's damn close. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. If I had it on draft, it'd probably be a 2.0.
Oh yeah, I'm sure on
Yeah,
draft. I'm sure it's absolutely stunning.
That's one of the ones I want, like pub style, like
Right,
cask
right.
level, but easily 2 thumbs up for me. Like the malt, it's drinkable, it's good, it's what I want from a beer.
Right. Right. Nick.
I'm enamored. I can actually get this thing to land. It makes no noise. I'm just astounded. Anyways, I'm not as high as a 1.8, but I know you guys would think far different. I've seen the comments. Not as think you are high I am. He liked
I
it.
appreciated it. I appreciated it.
175. And here's my thing. It's a very different beer. You have to understand, don't compare this to IPAs. And don't compare this to Belgian Strongs. This is an English ale. And when it comes down to that, I would definitely rather drink this than actually drink like an import or whatever right now. If I can get my hands on this, I would rather just taste this. Rather have this than a Fuller's or any Numberus or...
Right. Especially knowing that this was produced in our backyard.
Oh yeah.
So, for me, I mean, I'm right there, 175. You know, if I was sitting here doing BJCP and I was actually judging this, I mean, this thing would get full marks. I mean, it is right there stylistically exactly where it's supposed to be. But for me, God, it's just a good drinking beer.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, one after, and it's not that I'm going to have one. I'm going to have one after the other because it's just a good drinking beer. It's a good night out beer. It's a good hang out with the bros kind of beer.
Ask me 3 deep.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It's awesome, dude.
And then
Ball
ask
and
him
Chalk.
what he thinks after 3 beers.
Can they
not
keep
just 3
this
deep.
forever and always? Like that's
Yeah.
Because I really.
Well,
like
you know,
this.
and that's one of the things that always kind of breaks my heart is like, because like, what was it? Killed by the State, the Italian Pilsner. Like same with that. Like I could continue to drink that over and over again, but they just keep rotating these things out to just, you know, keeping the conscious collective where, you know, just, hey, here's something new here, you know, have something fun. And they rotate with the seasons as well. So, I mean, they're getting a little bit heavier on the stouts and the porters and stuff like that right now too. So,
Yeah. Jess Walburn, good to see you.
so Nick, you want to start us off on the Lexington Queen?
I enjoyed this. It is kind of a challenger, being that we mentioned being kind of like fatigued with the hazy status, but this is one of those that, when done right, this is a really cool category of beer. I think it just takes full commitment. You got to go full juice, full haze, and just be like, this is what we're making. It's got to be like a pineapple milkshake, you know, with like a shot of grapefruit juice and on top of a orange smoothie, you know, with the pulp. And that's like what this style of beer does. The Lexington Queen is all the way there. Also, I made a joke about it early on. I would totally drink this beer while eating sushi. Like, especially like very urban style sushi, where it's like all different types of stuff, where you're getting the tempuras and the...
You could do
Yeah, crunchy rolls and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do a Naruto roll with like the cucumber wrap.
all that, definitely. I just think it would play right into... Essentially, once we start talking about the crunch and all those other sensations beyond even just flavor, that this would just really entertain that really well.
Well, there was versatility and complexity. Sorry, I'll jump in next. There was versatility. What are you rating?
I didn't give it a number. I should. Thanks, Chris. You know, it's not tipping the scales, but I'll definitely respect it with a 1.65. Oh,
Look at that! Look at that! We eked a 5 out of them. No, I mean the thing with the complexity of that beer, there was so much going on, and there was such a. I mean, like you had said earlier, it was amazing how pale that was. You know, with just the Munich and pale and oats in it.
It's like the same color as the pet net.
Yeah, right. And I mean, just it was amazingly clean for how heavy it was. Like there was so much going on that it was still a really drinkable hazy IPA. Like you're not sitting there going, "Oh, I don't think I can do a second one of that." Like you get done your first one in the middle of your meal and you're going, "Yeah, I'll do another one of those."
No, there's not even not a wink.
Not even a hesitation. Like you're just gonna kind of like you're gonna do that annoying thing where you just kind of like wiggle your glass at the waitress.
Like the guy at the auction. Just...
Yeah. I'll have a uno mas, por favor. So yeah, I'm there with that 165, that 170. I mean, it's just a really good beer. And like I said, I mean, I am fatigued from IPAs in general, and I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed
fatigue.
that. So, Josh.
Well, seeing it like Mr. Hopium over here is fatigued from IPAs.
Mr. Hopium. That's funny.
That's the first time I ever met Chris.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Hopium's the best beer.
It was the best selling IPA. And
I don't know if it still is, but at the time it was the number one selling IPA.
It definitely was.
He loved that brewery so much. He brought their beer on the show.
Well, I mean,
his first time on the show.
I brought you something from my cellar. I brought you barrel aged People's
honest,
Porter.
Foothills is actually not a bad brewery.
Yeah.
No, and I'm okay. We'll give them their
those
credit. Foothills, we love. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, from Mr. Foothills being burnt out IPA.
Mr. Fitz, we got that.
No, I'm totally burnt out IPAs too. I seek to find IPAs that I don't hate. No, it's less about finding.
And did
IPAs
this do that for you?
Huh?
This do that for you?
Oh yeah, 100%. 1.7, easy.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's
right in line.
That pretty much. I mean, that pretty much hones in the average right there, pretty close to 1.7. So.
Right.
Yeah,
So I think I heard
right.
2 1.7s.
Yeah.
That is a hazy IPA that makes me not hate hazy IPA.
And what's the price on that Lexington Queen too? Because it's a reasonable price.
$5.75.
Queen is $5.75. So
Hit him with the ABV?
It's not quite 6 for a can, 16-ounce can.
7.3%. Redbeard's gonna like that.
Tell me that doesn't deliver at that price point.
Oh, it does. I mean, easily. All of the new anthems we're trying tonight, like the Ball and Chalk's $4 a can, and that's $5.50 for that one. This one's $5.75. Oh, cool, Gene. It'll be good to see you again. And but no, I mean, that definitely delivers for that price point.
Yeah.
Like that's good.
Yeah.
It's juicy. It's sippy. That's a word.
Yeah.
I made it a word.
Well, I'm going to start off with the Field Recordings Pet Nat Rosé. It is not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it is so worth the try if you're adventurous in any way, shape, or form. If you like funky wines, you like fun wines, but also if you like sour beers,
Yeah.
I really think you need to take a stab at this bottle.
He's doing my bit.
What?
You're doing my bit. I like it.
Do you have...
He's doing my if you like. Oh my god,
I'm sorry.
was awesome.
My bad. I'll come off that. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna like?
No, I
bro,
like
are you
it.
guys
That
gonna
was
bro hug
flattering.
on, like,
Oh man, we're gonna bro out after the show. This is tight.
But I mean, if you're throwing a charcuterie board together, you got a group of friends coming over, or hell, you have a charcuterie board and you don't want people coming over. Get you this bottle because it's just gonna go with everything that you've got on that charcuterie board. Whether it's dried meats, fresh meats, stinky cheeses, crisp cheeses. This is what I want when I want to have something fun. Whether you're looking for that serotonin boost or whatever it is, take a stab at this bottle. The only reason why I'm going a little bit lower than I should on this is because it's not for everybody. So I'm going to come in at like a 175, a 18, but it's a really, really good wine, and it's a $20 bill. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll go ahead because I don't have a whole lot to say. It's just do it with food and finger food and hors d'oeuvres and things with whole bunches of flavors, because this is eventually just going to win out and help palletize and help you stay on your feet and enjoy. Bubbling, sparkling style wines meant to be had on your feet, as far as I know. Got me standing up. I even was wanting to play musical chairs here. But I could just say, like, get in for a fun experience. If you like sparkling wine, if you like rosé, if you just like white wine, if you like wine. See, it's our thing. Just give it a shot, man. It's got that fun fruitiness. It's got metallic tones. It's got little earthy floral notes. It's bubbly. It's sparkly. It's effervescent. It's got a cork and a bottle cap. And it's only, what'd you say, $20? $175.
Nice.
Cool. I'm actually gonna echo Nick on this one. I really like this. It's funky. But I like funky.
Right.
Anything offbeat, off kilter, like a little bit out there, like that's my style. And Pet Nat, like, it's just awesome.
Right.
Not all the way sparkling, mostly sparkling.
Right. I mean, it's sparkling from primary fermentation, so it's never going to be champagne bubbles.
Yeah, this is as natural as wine really gets.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's so good. It's so good. And if you were to actually pair it with food, it'd be even better, but it's good on its own. I could easily drink a bottle of this by myself.
I have done that.
On Sunday, on a Sunday after, like 10 a.m. on a Sunday, it's like, who needs mimosas when I can have a wine that tastes like a mimosa?
Oh, you must get up late.
Well, that's the thing. Actually, you guys are getting back to my first thought. Yes, because I agree with him, because the first sip I had of this, I was like, well, somebody can just go ahead and drink the orange juice. We're not going to need that.
100% a breakfast wine. Chris Minker approved.
Yeah, it goes good with toast and back to back.
If you were to actually just like forego mimosas and just pour this.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, this would be
I'll take
awesome.
vegetarian shrimp and toast with that.
Yeah, right.
I'll take a eggs Benedict with this. Yeah, dude, hollandaise with this would be dope.
Oh,
By the way, I found 3 packets of Knorr hollandaise sauce at my house, so I got to come up with some feast to throw.
Dixie Grill
you
does
have packs of hollandaise sauce.
Knorr. Yeah.
Dixie
Well,
Dixie Grill does the
I don't love you enough to make powdered holidays.
Cajun hash. Give me this with the Cajun hash.
Oh,
Sunday morning.
dude. Oh yeah. Oh,
That spice that
Dude,
plays through that
the
Cajun
Dixie Grill
hash.
can do no wrong.
Right.
Seriously, that place is stupid good.
Yeah. So, but what are you coming in at a score at on this, Josh?
For me, I'm gonna go 1.8.
Nice.
Like I really like this.
That's
a
good.
lot.
I didn't know you'd come in that high.
I really like this, but I also like.
Thought you liked your job.
Gene, thank you so much for taking the time in to watch us crazy fools.
Yeah, Gene.
We appreciate you every time we see
Man,
you.
we were blessed with like a full freaking moment of Gene there. It was great.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome.
Dude, and there's so many birthdays coming up. Karen, Lisa's coming by the shop.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
birthday
Lisa,
shopping.
Lisa's coming up, man. We can't forget her.
Jesus Christ.
JC does have a birthday.
Yeah, his birthday's coming up.
Once a year.
Once a year. That's how birthdays work.
Him and everyone else.
Him and everyone else.
Oh man.
That's how you actually know Nick went to a religious affiliate
no,
high school.
yeah,
Right.
It's like, does he get two?
That's called the 4th of July. That's for America, son.
Yeah, that's America's birthday.
Yeah, so I guess this reaches the point in time where I probably should have been looking at the camera while I was doing any of this. And
But if you're watching this on
were at the
YouTube,
beginning.
please like, subscribe, share, and comment.
Well
So
said,
we can-
Josh.
man, yeah.
How many episodes have you watched, Chris?
You guys have actually become my Tuesday morning routine.
You are the guy on YouTube. You are the guy I'm commenting
Yeah,
at.
I'm the one. No, I'm the one guy liking it as like within 5 minutes of you posting it on Tuesday morning.
I'm still the one guy thumbs downing it. Like,
Yeah, that was terrible. That was
that guy was a jerk last night. Tell him to take his hat off.
But I gotta say, like, honestly, if anyone's watching this on YouTube and not on Facebook Live, can you please just ship Rob
Yeah.
a side of salt cod?
Soul God. Yes.
Oh, okay.
He would gladly accept.
Bacalhau, specifically Portuguese salt cod.
Yeah. Don't
Wrapped
try
in
to send
paper.
us gefilte. Don't try to send us lutefisk.
Gefilte comes in a jar. Lutefisk comes in a jar.
We're looking
Bacalhau is like salt cured cod. That shit comes with like salt.
I wasn't aware Rod was looking for a new cod piece.
Well, it's something to just tie the room together.
I didn't peg him as a Renaissance guy. But anyway,
Yeah, he's definitely a Renaissance man.
yeah,
You gotta get something to welcome him back with.
right.
Hey, Rob, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Here's a 3-foot piece of cod.
Yeah, from Portugal.
No one told him yet about the renovation we're doing.
Oh yeah. So
No, why do you think the cameras are pointed at the wall? We didn't want him to see the rest of the place.
The crazy renovation we've got going on out there, where we're redoing the entire.
I'm surprised we
store.
can keep the noise down. Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, I think the biggest thing he's gonna like is the 2-tiered parking.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is really gonna.
We found a way to do a parking deck.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't
Yeah.
know it was
It's
going to make
awesome.
code.
Right.
But it turns out just not asking.
Right. I mean, ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Apparently,
Apparently
if you
the
pay
fine-
right people the right thing,
Right.
you can do whatever you want.
Apparently, the fine for not asking is cheaper than actually all the paperwork to do
That's
it
right.
properly. So,
Just ask Wayne's
yeah,
World, too.
like, oh, we're so sorry.
Yeah, so welcome to the parking deck when you get back.
Yeah.
Lisa, you just said you have salt cod, and that's amazing.
Lisa to the rescue. And she's going to be here next week for her
know.
birthday. Following Rob's
dude.
birthday with a birthday
know.
gift for Rob.
Oh,
This
we'll have to do some
Oh,
fritters
hey.
or something.
When is Rob's birthday? Was it today?
No, it was like the.
It's this month. He doesn't like to specify. It was, what, the 6th or something? I don't forget.
Oh, okay.
It was the Friday before last.
Oh, so it was even
Yeah,
before
it was
he
like
left.
the 6th or whatever, right?
So last
Carry the
Friday
one.
What was the one from
Carry the one.
beginning of the month?
All right, happy belated birthday, Rob. So Everybody, make sure you. Anybody that's still listening, please comment happy birthday or happy belated birthday to Rob.
Yeah, there's lots of happy birthdays going on out there.
Yeah.
I had to bring it all up. I apologize.
So.
Everyone's born around October, November. I'm glad New Year's worked out for your parents.
Right, exactly.
It's all right.
New Year's and Valentine's Day. Apparently.
I'll get you guys back next month. And then Josh will get you the following month.
November 5th. All right.
Anything else,
Hence,
guys?
like
That's really where we're at. So if you want us to do more, we're gonna have to politely decline because
also I've
it
heard
or
about
not-
all these incentives out there. The really important thing I could say is if you enjoyed your experience tonight, I want you to share this with a friend. Just recommend they watch our video and check it out. It sounds shameless that I got to say it, but the truth is it helps. It helps us. It helps everyone.
Take the YouTube link and text it to a friend.
Yeah. Take the YouTube link, text it to somebody. You could also buy a pack of 10 white T-shirts at Walmart and take a big Sharpie and write on the front of them.
Yes.
What are you drinking now? And when everyone asks you why does your shirt say that,
Why do you keep wearing these to work?
you have to. you just tell them that I really like this show and I feel like you should watch it.
If you don't
It's like, what show? It's like, well, this one.
This one, right.
And it's a little bit faded because you did it that morning. And, like, there's sections of it that your sweat has, like, washed away. And
electric tape will
but it's
work
gonna be
instead.
okay.
So, I think, oh gosh, this would have been 12 years ago.
This is what you meant by at the office and after hours.
And late night at the office.
After hours
So,
at the office.
so 12 years ago, the guy who played
Shooter
Shooter
tape. We just go straight to after hours show.
the guy who played Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore. Yeah. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. What? You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? Anyway, was in Wilmington. And
We
had
got
got-
Sizzler
and had
after
got
this.
Pulled for a DUI the day before Lighthouse Beer and Wine Festival. And the best costume I've ever seen at a Lighthouse Beer and Wine Festival was the next day. A college kid had a white T-shirt on, and in Sharpie it was written "Free Shooter McGavin." And I have a picture of it still, and it was just the best little pop culture local local news kind of a thing. Like that kid had to have seen it on the 11 o'clock news the night before or before he got there. Like it was literally Sharpie in a white T-shirt. It was the best thing I'd ever seen in my life at that festival.
I ran into a white T-shirt I made back in my day when I was in my rebellious phase because apparently I moved away
Were?
from that.
Did he just say was? Were.
Yeah. He said it like
He's
it was the
using
past
words
tense.
in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going
I
to
found
cut
it-
tape and go to PM or what?
I found. Yeah, we're about to end, but I did find. A
I
T-shirt.
found myself in a black T-shirt.
No, it's a white T-shirt, and I had literally written "no" with a question mark next to it.
I have a black T-shirt. It very well easily says no war.
Mine just no.
Believe me, though, it still smells like pepper gas.
Oh, and on that note,
All right,
goodbye,
guys,
everybody. Thank you
goodbye.
very much.
We love you.
We'll see you again next week.
We love most of you.
Yeah. It's, well, we only...